It's the May Livestream Recap. Hello everybody. Let's try and take a 1 hour 30 live stream and recap it in as quickly as possible. We're showing the various things that'll be on screen, and you can check out the write-up and the recap write-up that is in the description down below. But let's get into it. First of all, apart from secret codes and other kind of things, it was pretty much the usual start that we experienced as well when it comes to like Twitch drops. That was an issue. Talked about that in another video. Go and check out that video. The first thing that's kind of like important and something that we need to kind of go into right now is the new Valiant event quest. There is some things that we need to kind of figure out when actually playing it, like the class restrictions, which I know that we've got something when it comes to nodes and using champions in the particular event quest in general, in Thronebreaker difficulty, Cavalier, whatever. But what will it be for you? There's a 1 champion team slot, which look, that could be a bit of a risky one, especially with this. And of course, going through that, yeah, I'm just looking at it going like 1 champion team slot. What the heck? For Valiant difficulty. There is 15 fights per path, and yeah, okay. And there's only 1 path per quest. That's great. Yeah, you just got to choose the right champion. And it says there's a required choice node between each fight, which that's the good thing, because it could mean that you're refreshing back to your health. And will you be able to go back to one of the older champions you used? That again, if you're like, right, I want to use one. We'll talk about this more, I think, in another video, but there's a lot of things to unpack. There's also the great thing about all Valiant players without Thronebreaker event quest completion are able to get into this. And I think as well there's been something with the Paragon Gauntlet that's been changed. That's kind of like another good bit of news as well. And it's fights pulled directly from the Thronebreaker event quest being put on there. So again, we'll have to see how this plays out. It seems fun, seems different, seems kooky, but I quite like it. Even better if you would have less fights per path, but hey, clean through it, love it, right? What's next with this? Well, rewards. Okay, rewards, 150 units, great. That's been something that has been added in that previous lower quests have. So if you want an additional 150 rewards, 150 units, this changes the game a little bit. This is only in for a test, so don't see this as something to be accustomed to. 15,000 7-star shards, 25,200 tier 7 basic fragments, which I think is that, well, just above a quarter. It's like 2/3 or whatever of the tier 7 basics. That's not too bad. And some other stuff as well, including a tier 4 basic alloy, which are very rare to get nowadays. And with some extra things that Kabam do with relics, this is very much good news. Right, moving on. What else? Well, of course, side quest based stuff, that looks good as well. It's good to see some side quest based things. And also, this is going to be having some weird champion disadvantage. Class advantage restricted. So that means that you're kind of going, right, well, you can't take a class advantage at all. So what do you pick at? And I think there's going to be, you're going to have to do a bit of thinking this month of things. You can pick and choose rewards a bit better because it's free to enter and the rewards only respawn 4 times. You can largely pick, I think, what reward you want, so you can have a choice. We'll be doing a side quest breakdown next week, but there's some interesting stuff with this, with the weekly quest map rotation, and as well removing of random champion role on quest start. There are some things that are a bit different about this. But will this be just another side quest with more stuff in the future? We'll have to see what happens. Another big thing is that Mcoc PC has been given a full announcement of May 15th. There's also a live stream to coincide with this, so make sure to check out Kabam's live stream. I think it's on May 14th, the Kabam live stream, to kind of go over this, or it may be May 15th. May 15th is I want to say it's a Thursday. So a Kabam live stream on a Wednesday, May 14th, leading into the launch. Could be quite cool. And of course, reward side of things, you know, pre-register to get some free rewards with that. So moving on from the PC version, which obviously a little bit of good news, and Kabam did actually kind of do a little bit of a funky trailer. The funky trailer looked a little bit like this. Isn't this trailer funky? Isn't it cool? There's epic battles to fight. Of course there is. Play on PC with the stretched out version you can see on screen, and of course upgrade heroes as we all see fit. Anyway, there is a bit of good news following the MCN earlier today. The update is that we are now up to 100,000 signups. Yes, we went past 50k and now we're up to 100k, which is, I wouldn't say it's surprising. I knew that it would be popular, but I didn't know if it would kind of like go over that. But yeah, 100k, very, very good to kind of see that. So what else? There's the Cyclops Rework, which again is exciting. So with this champion, there's lots of fun passives to be used with this champion. You've got True Focus, countering miss and evade champions. He has Adrenaline mechanic, which is something in Dev Diary we're going to be talking about in another video tomorrow. You build intercepts or mediums to get your, I think it's your passive precision, and then you throw an intercepted SP2. Then just spam specials with due to your power efficiency, and you can see that's what you get. That's what you're seeing on screen. It's incredible, like what this champion does. I love it, absolutely love it. May 20th for the pre-release bundles, and May 29th for Crystals and Arena, and the May 7th trade-in means that you'll be able to access this champion next week. And I'm very jealous of any spender that's had access or will get this champion early, because oh my god, he looks amazing and just does some fantastic stuff. Being another counter to Bullseye, massive W. You can get up to SP3. You have to kind of wait a little while for it, but you're effectively spamming SP2s and don't worry about overshooting. You just got to get your intercepts up, build those passive precisions, and you're on the way to the bank with it, the bank of damage, so to speak. Right, because we've got a lot of things to go over in a very short space of time and a lot of context and stuff. Yelena. Right, so Yelena is another champion that's coming to the game next month, and this champion is pretty cool. Bleed vulnerability, do a parry heavy, close to an SP2 when you're in elimination mode. They can't evade or miss. Immune to poisons, heavy attack for bleed vulnerability launch, 2.5 bars power over 100 combos. Heavy, then SP1 and do her reversals, which are a burst damage reflection type mechanic. And yeah, she's May 8th for pre-release bundles and May 15th for Arena. Looks like a very exciting champion. We're storming on ahead, quite literally, because we've got a lot to go over. There's just a quick recap on screen of some of the abilities the champion has in a very kind of quick sheet. We then move our attention over to Phoenix. Yes, Phoenix is coming to the game. Build Phoenix Force charges by charging charge heavy and armor break opponent. Cancel heavy SP1 to gain furies and do special echo. You do this kind of like next time you charge your heavier at incinerate stage limit, and you can then passive stun to burst incinerates. 3 SP1s to then an SP2. Cosmic Aura will aid in defeating enemies. Regen to keep yourself alive in a fight. And Rite of the Phoenix passive. You also get regens throughout the fight. And Special Echo effect feature is a new feature that's come in. So yes, really exciting stuff. And you can see that with like charging up with Cosmic Flame, firing off those incinerates. And of course, what it does to generate your damage is quite nice. And of course, that sustainability and survivability the champion has with that kind of like bounce back. But you have to be, it's just a good champion. Didn't think in that last video we got midweek that we got any kind of like great like coverage of that damage scale. I think that's because we didn't see that kind of holding with a passive, which of course we see in the footage. Right, moving on. A bit of a surprise. I need to jump back and forth with this. There was a quick joke by Kabam that the last Heart of Fire champion is is Standard Groot. This was a joke, by the way, and haha, very funny. We all laughed, didn't you? You laughed on screen right now, but it's not. So the final champion for Heart of Fire is going to be Dark Phoenix, and with this champion, you focus on medium ending combos to build Ember charges and do an SP1, and keep rotating on SP2. Dark Phoenix has buffs that if she gets nullified, she gains them as passives. Heavy does pulverize to remove armor ups and get more embers. Permanova flames on SP1 or SP3 actually, no, it's SP3. Immune to Nova Flame and inflicts it more of a defender. Has safeguard buff Her immortality builds back health if you are knocked down, and you have to be active fighting to regen more full health once you go into that immortality. A little bit of a highlight of that can be seen on screen right now, which is cool, right? I'm looking forward to that champion, but I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think a lot of people are, because you have to invest in a high amount of units. More details on that next week. And you can see the champion in action right now. She comes in a Heart of Fire event, but the way that you get her is not exactly easy. So of the Heartfire champions you can see on screen right now, Apocalypse, Nick Fury, Mortal Abomination, Tigra, Future Ant-Man, Dark Phoenix. Some would like this lineup, some don't. Apocalypse, Nick Fury, Future Ant-Man, Dark Phoenix are probably the champions I'm most interested in. No disrespect to Mortal Abomination or Tigra. You're just not my vibe, sorry. Of course you like what you like and dislike what you dislike in game. So as part of the Heart of Fire event, Kabam gave a bit more details. This is starting May 7th and ends a week after. And yes, Groot is not in the final milestones. No Hulkling, no King Groot, no Cosmic Ghost Rider for those one of those cosmics. She can be in the milestones, not the Heart of Fire crystals, because I know some people want to get her from the crystals. You can't, it's got to be from the milestones. And she appears as a double champion, a duped 2 copies version. And yes, these are some highlights from the rewards you can get from it. 5 champions in 7-star crystal, and it's the same unit cost apparently as a Mega Days last year. So we'll look back at that and we'll just compare that off next week because you know I do want to check that's particularly correct. We move on and talk about Radiance. So Radiance is now going out more to the community than you might think over some various modes. And Kabam said that this is still like work in progress to get this right. There's a new competitive PvE mode coming later this year. I don't know if it's the one mentioned later on in the live stream, but maybe we'll see. Radiance is going to be added to Alliance Wars on May 28th. Season 58 season, for example. AQ and Raids in June 9th and June 16th respectively for the AQ title. And they might consolidate the currencies like glory, loyalty, and trophy tokens, whatever it is. They may put that into being like, currencies you can get. Just the Radiant store is the only store, which would be really cool. I actually like that idea. More exclusive items are going to be added to the Radiant store. And one of the biggest things to come out of the live stream, for me, I don't know if it's for anybody else, is Magik. Yes, Magik is going to be added next year, so maybe it's time to save your Radiance. We'll talk about that in another video with the extra bit of context. And yes, the higher the rank you are, the more Radiance you get. It does make sense. On Alliance Wars, we'll see a high volume, but of course remember that AQ is on a weekly cycle, so you'll be picking up a lot more. Either way, seeing Magik here is great. A little bit of a sideway, Magik is going to have a 6-star and 7-star version you can get. The design and maybe the abilities could change for the champion or make the kit so it can be more available for players to play. That's one of the reasons that Kabam haven't done it. I don't know why they haven't done this before. Gone, let's just change the champion's kit. Anyway, the model looks amazing. Kabam, again, have done a fantastic job. Real nice modern polish to this. And it looks something straight out of a comic book. It looks as good as, say, Marvel Rivals when it comes to, like, a Magik design. I love this. And I cannot wait for next year. It's just going to be amazing to see this. So going back to the subject of Radiance. Here's the stats and here's the information of the drop. You can pause the screen right now. It just showcases how much Radiance per player will be given out dependent on the rank, which, you know, look at your rank now and what you fall into. Same with Alliance Wars. What's your current rank placement and whatever. What will you get? You know, the amount of Radiance people are going to be going for. There is a big like push. I think players will want to be pushing to top of Platinum and of course into Masters and whatever it is, just to try and get the Radiance because it all adds up. And if you're doing this regularly, you'll be able to grab yourself more opportunity to get some of those exclusive chase items like Mastery Points or Magik next year. So there's some really kind of decent positives coming with Radiance. You can see here these are the volumes, which is nice. Right, There was a bit of a roadmap, a recap, a new thing that Kabam are kind of revisiting, like what they announced, what is working, what's been fixed, what's not, and stuff like that. So that's good. You can see here, Super Daily event, of course, was done and dusted. There's a few other things as well. Like we're still expecting some stuff at Battlegrounds, like the removal of the decline and accept for Battlegrounds fights. So you have to be kind of locked into that fight. Change the Gladiator circuit to make it better on matchmaking, point parking, win-loss impact, and other stuff like that by tier. So that's going to be really good, and will be coming soon. Side quest improvements, again, coming soon. There was nothing really to kind of go over and announce with that. There was a big thing when it comes... It's big when it comes to Alliance Wars changes. This is going to be a brand new map cycle, one-time test, sorry, not a cycle. There'll be one fight per battle group, 2 champions in the slot you can use, and it's going to be a bit different. The emphasis is in keeping yourself alive longer, and the attack values will be reduced down, so the health pools are going to be a lot higher, like fighting like a very weak boss, so to speak. There's going to be a huge solo event update for this, so hopefully there's going to see a buff, which we'll need. And of course other things as well. And this is the season that Radiance get put in for the first time. Will this spice up Alliance Wars to a degree that you're going to be really excited with? We'll have to see what this hits with the player base when it goes out to testing. Because it's a test. You may not like this at all. I don't know. I want to see the proposition. I want to give it a go. I think that try something, improve it. Alliance Wars is ass. It's been ass for ages. There's AI in Alliance Wars has been ass for ages. It's still an ass thing, but at least if they make something like a bit more interesting with Alliance Wars rather than the same rubbish on repeat, then that can only be good. Right, so moving on to Event Quest. So Event Quest still is going to be changed, and that's coming soon. First test, I think, being this month. Second test being in July, which it says on screen. And these are scaling rewards with difficulty, which will be coming soon. And they'll be testing out path completion versus exploration. So testing when you complete a path, you get some rewards, where you'll go down loads of paths now and get nothing as a result. And you kind of feel a bit empty also. Kabam Crash did say something about an Elder difficulty. Now, a lot of rumors are now about to talk about an Elder title. Still not sure about that. If it's going to be July, this might tie into July 4th deals. And it might be like, hey, if you're... I don't know, if you're an Elder title, which let's say for whatever reason is 3 rank 4-7 stars, I'm just theorizing here, then you can have access to that particular quest and stuff. So if you're thinking about getting another rank 4-7 star, maybe consider it now. Like, I've got to rush through some stuff in the next couple of months because I really want to see what that brings close to that release in July, but we'll have to see what the future is. Raids, yes, this was mentioned, like changes, assault roll boost and chant pool changes. Probably Kabama coming for that purgatory. Not exploit, but I don't know. Some people say it's an exploit, some not. Yeah, I don't know if Kabama just rotating around. We'll see if purgatory's in the list. And also a test map is still in development for this as well. So there's some good kind of like positive stuff on the way. Also, we saw Relics be given a little bit of shine. So new Relics are still in development. There might be a dev diary coming soon, or there is actually a dev diary coming soon. And new ones will be reducing complexity. We know about that. There's also a bit of a nod to a color change, and I don't know why that is. Personally, and it goes back to something I said very early on with Relics, make them Relics of Marvel. We've said it before. It was like, okay, Stormbreaker, make it the hammer, Stormbreaker, make it the guitar of Prince, make it a feather of Howard the Duck, make it, I don't know, a Tesseract, make it items that are applicable to the Marvel Universe that kind of feel like I want to go collect that because it's different rather than a champion silhouette, which I just didn't agree with. Anyway, we jumped over to new modes. A new mode is a new competitive meta mode. It will have a realm event and rank rewards to it, which will see the 7-star that was released for that particular month that you can go get within the rank milestones. A lot of stuff is being done for highly engaged and competitive players, which is great for those. Of course, for the mid-level player, what have you got? That is going to be something of a question as well. And yeah, you can play this event as much as you want without having any kind of like entry fee, I want to say. yeah, it's going to be really exciting what Kabam have got, and we'll be moving into testing soon, so I don't know what that will mean, like what kind of like enemy you're going to face off against, what it's going to be about, what impact, how many points. The higher the difficulty of champ, the more you get points wise. Yeah, more concept, more things to see, exciting stuff with it. And is this going to be like a Beat Saber type thing? Like, you did fantastic. Okay, good. I did the thing like Beat Saber. It probably won't be like that. But yeah, anyway, finishing off with a few more things. And it is the Summoner's Choice. You can see that Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight is looking good. There's his design. I think they went a little bit more comic book than they would with the film. Or the TV series, which is good. I actually prefer this design a lot more. In my opinion, it's better than the Marvel Rivals version that they did. The Mr. Knight skin there isn't as good as, say, the one that's here. This is a pretty good art version of it. There's only three more things to kind of like go over. They did a Thunderbolts thing with an amazing trailer. I actually really like this trailer, by the way. If you haven't seen it already, go to the live stream, go check it out. Featuring all the Thunderbolts-based characters, all those that are actually in the film side of things. There was a bit of a nod to 9.3, which is coming soon. Why is it not on screen? There it is. The beta coming soon, which I think we've all had notices of. And Karate Mike ended by saying that he's played Yondu, and the rework information for Yondu Patriot will be coming soon as well. And that's it. That's a 1 hour 30-minute live stream wrapped up in hopefully just over 21 minutes. So there you go. That's the recap. And enjoy it. I'll try and do a 60-second one over the weekend, but there's a lot of things to go over. You know, I just skimmed a lot of this stuff to recap you in such a short time frame. But it was 1 hour 30 and a lot of stuff was covered. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. That's seeing your final video for Friday. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.